I hope every Saturnian sees this video. I hope every Capricorn Aquarius person sees this video, okay? This is the thing about Saturnians, okay? Being a Saturnian, having Capricorn or Aquarius placements means that you will be underrated. And I need every Capricorn Aquarius person to let that sink in. Let that sink in. Really absorb the words that I am saying to you. You need to be comfortable with maybe flying under the radar for some time. Why is this? Because Saturn is the gatekeeper to karma and lessons. Saturn is how we gain wisdom. It's how we gain experience. When you have Capricorn or Aquarius placements, let's just make it very fucking clear. You are meant to be an old person. Your soul is 1,000 years old. You are here to clear karma. When you have dominant Capricorn Aquarius energy in your chart, especially if you have it as your south node, you are here to clear some shit you done did in your past life. This, I hope, is validating for some of you. The good part about that is, Capricorn Aquarius placements, you never have to seek revenge. If someone does some shit to you, it's kind of like, and I'm not saying don't stand up for yourself. I'm not saying don't confront shit, right? And don't stand on business. I'm not saying be a wet blanket. I am saying, though, you don't need to take revenge. There's nothing for you to take. The scales are being balanced here. So it's kind of like you're clearing your karmic debt by being here, Capricorn Aquarius placements. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Saturn is going to dangle the shit that you want above your head, and Saturn is going to keep it right out of hand's reach. Because Saturn is trying to teach you a lesson, and I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't make the rules. This is just the karmic nature of our reality. Saturn will also kind of shed a lot of your layers. This is something that comes up during your Saturn return, which is more significant for the Saturnians, but just across the board, the Saturn return, the first one is between the ages of like 26 through 29, right? Sometimes 30. Okay. And during this time, you are coming to terms with like, okay, my desires and the things that I want are actually really superficial. It has absolutely no depth. And I actually don't even want it. Now that I've gotten it, it doesn't actually mean anything to me. Or it's like, I still don't have what I want, and now I'm having a crisis. Your Saturn return is when, for the Saturnians, it's also when you blossom. It's also when you finally begin maturing and developing. Because Capricorn Aquarius placements, again, listen up, darling. You are a late bloomer. Do not compare yourself to other people's timelines. In our society, it's very much giving, you need to have it all figured out in your mid-20s, which absolutely makes no sense. Saturnians, you need to be one with nature. Nature takes a long time to bear results. You plant a seed in the ground, it is going to take weeks. And it might even die if the conditions are not perfect, basically. It's unexplainable. Like, and as a Capricorn rising, the gardening process to me is the perfect analogy for manifestation across the board. Which, by the way, this is why Capricorn Aquarius placements are mostly, for the most part, they're all witches. They get down with witchcraft. And some of them are witches and probably just don't even realize it. Because they're like, this is taking too long. I need to take matters into my own hands. Do you know what I mean? So, nature takes its time. right? You cannot rush the natural order and natural process. So when it comes to Saturn, he is keeping you from getting everything that you want and blowing up and popping off too young, because it cheapens it. Because Saturn's saying you're not ready for it. You don't know what to do with all of that. And if I were to just give it all to you right now, not only does it cheapen it, because Saturn is a little materialist. Saturn is about the material world, is the 3D physical. That's on Capricorn, period. But Saturn is also saying, I don't want to extinguish your drive. I don't want to extinguish your hunger for achieving greatness. Now, this is why the Capricorn Aquarius placements, and even Libra, because Libra is the sign of Saturn's exaltation. This is why I say that out of all of the signs, Libra is the perfectionist, but that's neither here nor there. The Saturnians, because we don't want to put anything out creatively unless it's perfect, the Saturnians can actually kind of crawl back and they just wait and they just meditate and they're just holed up until it's time. Until they know it's 100%. A Saturnian is not the type of person that's just going to pick up anything just for the fucking hell of it. Like, that's not, if they're not good at it, they're not going to do it. They're immediately going to be like, this isn't for me. That's a Capricorn, that's an Aquarius. They're very much like, no, like, unless it's their thing, they're not really touching it. This can also be why they can kind of be, the Saturnians can kind of get trapped in these self-fulfilling prophecies and this perfectionist attitude. But remember, Saturn is in its detriment in the sign of Aries, right? It doesn't like to be in Aries. And Aries is about things happening fast-paced, impulsive, doing it now, not caring about, what it looks like, just doing it and plowing through and ramming through. That is Aries. Now. The time is now. Saturn is like, the time is not now. It's all in the divine timing. And very simply, Saturn is very much a mentor. Saturn is a sensei. You, as a Saturnian, are the acolyte, and you need to stay humble. The moment that a Saturnian steps out of that humility, immediately Saturn does something to humble them. It's very strict out here. It's very disciplined. Which is why the Capricorn Aquarius people are very strict with themselves. They're staying in their lane. We can't let it go to our head, darling. Okay? The minute that we do, poof, it's gone. Gwyneth Paltrow said something recently that kind of sparked this conversation for me, because when she won her Oscar at, I think she was 26 for Shakespeare in Love, I believe it was, she said, getting that validation, getting that critical acclaim so young almost made it not worth it anymore. It almost took away the glamour, right? Like, it really was not as great as she thought it was going to be. And so that's also what Saturn is protecting his children from. And also, Saturn is teaching you, okay, that you don't need the external validation. You don't need the reward. Because sometimes when you get that, it actually can take away and extinguish the creativity. Because you're going to be looking back at the times where you weren't necessarily having people applaud you every 5 minutes, and you're going to be like, that's when I was really in my creative jackpot. That's when I was really locked the fuck in. Okay? So, Timothy, you won't be seeing that Oscar for a long time, sweetie. Just throwing that out there. And that's okay. And honestly, when he does finally get it, it's going to feel so much sweeter for him. And it's going to be when he actually doesn't even care about it anymore. That's how Saturn works. I just call it like I see it. Don't be doing it, Saturnians, for anyone else except yourself. And that can be a hard pill to swallow. I love you.